the Niners, the Rams, they'll clash in the NFC. The guy to captain in this DFS showdown is...
Yeah, I'm going to go to the San Francisco side. I mean, I'm just going to say Deebo Samuel. I think that there's enough sort of fear here with, him getting banged up at the end of the last game and just, is the Rams going to be able to shut down this San Francisco team that I think people might not be scared off him, just that he's going to not be quite as high owned as he should be. This is a player that's obviously, produced, if we're being realistic, produced at near the same rate as Cooper Kupp this year, just in terms of fantasy production and upside. Obviously, Cooper Kupp a little bit more consistent, but what Deebo can do in a game like this and in a spot like this with both the rushing attempts and the passing attempts, I think that's where you go. You could just certainly make a case for George Kittle as well, but look, you need a little bit of safety in your life, and Deebo's workload right now is basically up there. He's $3,000 off of Kupp too, so with all the ownership that Kupp's going to get, it's going to give you good leverage off those lineups too.
Look, he catches passes, he runs, he's versatile. We know that. Reid, who are you going to captain?
Yeah, I think the first choice would be Deebo because he's not that expensive, right? At $15K, what he does, he's essentially a hybrid player. So I'm with Geoff on that one. George Kittle does present some value because of what San Francisco likes to do against, especially against the Los Angeles Rams. And we've seen it over the past couple of times as you attack the middle. That's what you do against the Rams defense. And what does George Kittle do? What has he done throughout this entire year other than slice and dice teams between the hashes? And if you're going to want to win, right? If Shanahan's going to want to, I guess, provide a different type of game plan than what he did in the first two, and he's mentioned this, guys, a couple of times, right? I want to run the ball 40 plus times. That's how we win these games. That's how we beat the Rams. Maybe he flips the script. Maybe he goes and he says, I'm going to pass it a ton with Jimmy G and roll the dice there. Probably not, but if that's the case, George Kittle does present value. And Deebo and George Kittle don't have good correlation, so I think you have to choose one or the other.
Pierce, any chance you're going with a Ram here?
How about choose no player and go with the defense? Reid talked about how they have to run the ball 40 times in San Francisco to win the game, but they have to run the ball 40 times and play some solid defense as well. And we've seen San Francisco's defense step up. They got a touchdown last week. I'm not saying they're going to score another touchdown, but it is a possibility. And if they do, you're going to save money and you get that touchdown in your captain spot. You look at what they did the last time they faced Los Angeles, a 40% pressure rate. That means sacks, that means possible turnovers. We've seen Matt Stafford whittle under pressure, and we've seen Los Angeles be inconsistent pretty much the entire season. So I think there definitely should be a strong consideration of the San Francisco defense. The upside and the value is there.